Hey everyone, welcome to episode 145 of the Toonami Escape podcast. I'm Greg Zeno. Tonight we have B-Dubs,
Hello.
C. Kohler,
Hey guys.
and from not another podcast, it's Chug.
Yes.
I
That's
think
a good description.
We can safely say that until you guys actually do another episode, it doesn't exist.
Indefinite hiatus.
It's on a Hunter x Hunter level hiatus.
Possibly
It's on a
worse
boat.
than that. But yeah, it's we'll just leave it unplugged for now.
Now that this episode of SAO has passed, now you can just start it because you've hit the obstacle is done, right? You don't have to talk about this. You can go back.
Yeah, now I'm not recording a podcast. I'm just watching SAO for no reason. So it's good stuff.
Yep. Hey, you know that schedule? Fuck that.
Yeah, we talked a lot about that last week.
And then they were like, hey, you know what? This is bad. So they changed it again.
Good on them.
You know, I like the new schedule, but as someone who watches the whole block, I don't care about the schedule. Although that was a lot of shonen in a row.
Yeah.
I think the consensus from most people I've heard is that this is obviously an improvement.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree that it is. Like I think I said this, but on the forum, but yeah, I feel bad for someone who was trying to watch JoJo and having that just move later and later. So it's kind of nice that that actually moved up now.
Sonic! Hooray for
yeah.
Sonic! Still can't watch Hunter x Hunter though, but
that Boruto Naruto Power Hour though.
So the new lineup is Dragon Ball Super at 11, My Hero Academia at 11:30. It's got moved up. Promise Neverland at midnight. SAO at 12:30. JoJo back in its rightful place at 1. Black Clover still gets moved up. Or yeah, it does. It gets moved up half an hour to 1:30. Boruto's now at 2. Chippuden's at 2:30. Hunter x Hunter at 3, and Attack on Titan at 3:30.
Yeah, Boruto kind of ate the biggest loss here. Yeah. I see the logic for why Hunter x Hunter would pull up the end of the block. Like, it's 130-ish episodes into that show. If you're going to watch it, you're going to watch it.
Yeah.
We're near the end.
The irony is that we're near the end, and yet 2 shows are still going to end before it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like an entire show will run before it's over.
The enigma of long runners.
What are you gonna do?
I really do figure that slot is just because they're running Attack on Titan reruns from the start. Presumably, at some point, Attack on Titan is going to come back and show new episodes, and they're just going to like have a rerun-free block for a while, and then I guess they're probably not going to actually replace Hunter x Hunter with anything.
I'm thinking what will happen is Attack on Titan will replace like maybe one of the shows that's ending, like JoJo or something, and then they can just cut the rerun and replace it with something else.
Yes, but JoJo only ends in June. Attack on Titan comes back later this month. I don't remember how long I figured they usually have like a shorter lead-in for that.
Yeah, Attack on Titan usually runs pretty. Yeah, maybe they are saving that rerun slot for Attack on Titan. You might be right. I mean, I would assume it wouldn't premiere there, but
because no matter what, they're not waiting till that rerun ends to show Attack on Titan. It's gonna come back.
That's a good. Got to get through like the 25 episodes of season 1. You got to get through the 12 of season 2, the 12 of season 3, part 1. Like, yeah, they're not waiting that long. It's like a year.
They're not waiting half a year to air the new Attack on Titan. So something's got to give.
Yeah,
and it's probably this rerun. But yeah, Hunter x Hunter, I feel, is there to lead into a rerun slot.
By the way, I don't know if anyone picked up on this, but DeMarco pretty much confirmed that they consider the reruns at the back a thing. Like, it's not just like, oh, that's where the old shows go or stuff like that. Like, he talked about how when they rearranged the schedule, that like having certain shows happen before rerun shows and all this other stuff. I'd never heard them actually talk about it that way, like premieres versus reruns.
Was this on Ask FM?
I think so.
Yeah. Just in that, hey, we learned our lesson about doing reruns at the top.
Right.
Again. So they should go at the back.
Yeah, I didn't mind too much when we had the Kai reruns for like a couple of weeks, just because it'd been a very long time since I saw that show. And I usually find reruns pretty easy to skip, but I hate when they have a rerun just in the middle of the block.
Yeah, it's like either have it, you can have one at the front if it's like, it's technically part of Toonami, but really who cares?
Yeah.
And at the end, but if you stick one in the middle, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, because when they had Kai at the front, where wasn't the block also like starting stupid early?
Yeah, that was one of their experiments.
So it was kind of easy just to skip that.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you wanted to know why Sword Art Online keeps coming back, look what programming wanted Sword Art Online at like 11:30.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That like programming's thinking purely numbers based, and that's what the numbers tell.
But apparently, Jason DeMarco or Gil or both, like literally went back to them and said, "Look, our viewers are telling us don't do this," and they made a case for it and won. So they fought back against the scheduling guys, saying, "Look, this is what people say they want." So, and then I guess they made a good argument.
And I think really the only major change is that JoJo's not shoveled down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, I would say Boruto is a fairly major change too.
Yeah.
Well, it was Boruto, but Boruto was kind of back there. I think Boruto maybe even. Yeah, it's kind of in the same place from both schedules.
Oh, okay, yeah, from schedule to schedule.
Like they were always intending to push it back.
Yeah, I was more talking from the current schedule. Yeah.
But I would say. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's funny how this Naruto Power Hour is apparently just this thing that definitely has to happen now.
Yeah. They really want to do it, man. They started off of it where they decided moving Naruto Shippuden filler up to the start of the block was a good plan.
Yeah.
Like I love Shippuden filler.
They keep trying to make it happen.
But yeah,
like and it keeps failing, but they keep trying. God damn it!
They're probably going to try another one of these weird schedules like later this year.
Oh yeah,
probably. Man, with them losing Family Guy, I'm interested to see what's going to happen to Adult Swim. Actually,
yeah, it would be insane if like Family Guy reruns were the only thing really keeping Adult Swim afloat.
That would be bad.
Like, do they at that point maybe dramatically cut down on their hours? Like, do they start at like 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do there. Like, are they going to try to like just rely on Rick and Morty?
Or you could maybe, I don't know, reach into your vast catalog of old shows and run reruns of those.
Yeah. Bring back the Brack Show.
I don't know. Why not put C-Lab 2021 on TV again?
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Unless those things have like weird rights.
They probably do.
They do still show Venture Bros reruns, but that show also is technically still airing, so...
Like, I wonder if they keep those rights to rerun in perpetuity.
I would assume so, unless it's like a tax write-off.
Or is Adult Swim, does Adult Swim just kind of like treat all of its non-anime stuff kind of like anime, where they just license it?
I would assume not. Like, otherwise, I feel like you would see it being picked up elsewhere. And honestly, who the fuck wants these shows outside of Adult Swim?
Right. Like, where can they even air outside of Adult Swim?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm sure they could air on Fox or something, but, like, why would they want to put, like, Aqua Teen Hunger Force in primetime when they have other stuff to put?
I think a lot of these shows are made by William Street, so...
Yeah.
It just feels like, okay, you guys lost Family Guy, now you have no excuse for not airing this stuff that people, already watched and liked.
Yeah.
Like, you can't air Family Guy anymore. Now what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think they'll figure it out. They'll probably just come up with more original programming. I mean, the good news is that Toonami probably will be unaffected. So.
Oh yeah, no. If anything, it's going to grow again.
Yeah. And then contract again immediately.
Oh yeah.
Like it is wont to do.
Yes,
it feels like every couple of months these days, the scheduling guys sort of take a look at the numbers and they're like, "Oh, we can do this better than you guys can," and then they do whatever they want to do, and then they discover, "Oh, wait, we're dumbasses."
And here's the thing: it's a new group of scheduling guys each time. Like the turnover in that position is so rapid that it's like a bunch, like no lessons are ever learned. It's a bunch of new people just being like,
"Oh no, I would bet it's the same guys who keep not learning the lesson." Because they keep trying to do the same fucking Shippuden Boruto Power Hour, and like they're convinced this is gonna work, and I'm like, it's probably not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll probably work fine at the back. But yeah, anyway, there was also a lineup promo, or there was a promo for Promise Neverland.
right. There was.
Yep.
Hey, surprise! They got Erica Mendez to do the Erica Mendez character.
Yeah, I was. It's when she started talking, I'm like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Erica Mendez has been doing more like boy voices lately, so this is like her girl voice, and she doesn't normally do like a more demure girl voice, does she? I mean, whenever I think of her voice, I always just think of Ryuko, who's like a tomboy.
Well, Emma is also a tomboyish girl.
Well, a little bit, but not that much.
She's not Ryuko.
She's not Ryuko. She's not like a tough girl. So that's all I'm saying. As she's doing a very kind of sweet girl voice in this. So yeah, a really great cast. It looks like. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about this.
And we won't mention anything about spoilers or no spoilers.
No, we will not. I'm just going to say right now that if anyone on this podcast says anything related to spoilers about this show, I will edit it out because I want everyone in the thread who knows nothing about this show to know nothing about it going into it because it's so good.
Yeah. I enjoyed the promo. It's a pretty good show. I've read the manga for it. Very happy about it.
Yeah. I think this is my most anticipated and the most excited I've been about a new show on Toonami in a long time.
Yeah,
I think they did.
Sorry, go on. Yeah, this was the show I wanted them to pick up. I was really worried we were going to get Shield Hero. We avoided that, and
so far
we got the good one.
We haven't actually seen had a new Crunchyroll show since that deal was announced.
Yeah, it's Shield Hero's just looming.
Hopefully, maybe maybe they'll get Demon Slayer instead.
What the hell is Demon Slayer?
It's another new Shonen Jump property.
How the hell do these, like, what the hell kind of names do they?
It's Demon Slayer.
The Shield Hero, the Demon Slayer.
Okay, what's the name of it? It's Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Oh God!
Bring back a Kamega Kill.
What is the? Please don't. Synonyms: Blade of Demon Destruction. Sure.
We obviously need Shield Hero running back to back with SAO.
If you're gonna get an isekai, at least get like Konosuba or ReZero.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of Konosuba clips just yesterday, and I see why that show is very popular and funny.
It's weird because like I didn't care at all for the first season. I think I gave it like a 6, and then the second season just clicked so hard, and I was like, "This is the funniest thing ever."
Okay.
Yeah, it was a weird turn for me. And there's a new lineup promo. They're still using like Red Hot Chili Pepper for footage from JoJo, and it's like, dude, come on.
They haven't updated the bumps in a minute.
Forever.
Yeah.
I'd like them to do it this week.
Like, here's the they better.
The Attack on Titan rerun slot from the season 1 Attack on Titan rerun slot its bumps are from season 3 of Attack on Titan.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, they didn't update it when they went back to the very beginning of that
I mean,
show.
I appreciate that it's probably a hassle to go through like specific segments of a show for bump stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I expect better.
It's been a while, guys.
They've done better. Before, like earlier in the shows in the block's life, like Returned Life, they were updating it every single time they had an update to the block.
One of my favorites was when they had the Naruto Shippuden promo, like the opening promo.
That was definitely intentional.
And they had it was the filler arc with Sora, and they had that as it's like something like, does everybody have their tombstones ready? And
they intentionally kept that all through the Immortals arc.
I know. I was just like, oh my god! Like,
I'm pretty sure that was blatantly intentional.
Yeah. It was also funny because it was at one point it was the only show that had one of those, and they just kept it for way too long.
And now they just don't even have that, and they don't air even a cut OP. So it's like,
yeah, they're just fuck it, who cares? Who cares? We'll throw music videos into the Shippuden slot. Oh man, I should have been on the week where we discussed Pistol Dave.
Who is Pistol Dave? Oh, that one. We didn't even discuss that.
The best music video this block has ever aired.
At some point, we'd stop discussing the music videos.
Yeah. I think because they mostly just turned into like drug-induced fever dreams.
Those are the best kind of dreams.
That one was good. That looked like Hotline Miami a few years ago.
Yeah, it's we have some good music videos every now and then. I do like the animation on a lot of them. Some are. We had one, I think, a couple weeks back that was like a screensaver.
Yeah. If I had my major criticism, actually, of the block currently, it's not like lineup stuff. It's not show acquisitions. I think they're really slacking off on the presentation end.
Yeah. I hate to make that criticism, but yeah, it does feel like we aren't getting... I feel like since they started to do the episode promos, I feel like they've used that as almost a way to not do as much original stuff.
Yeah, I can see that. They definitely are putting a more effort into advertising the block versus actually changing up the bumps and stuff.
It's like it all started going downhill when they got rid of the now, next, later.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's cheaper to advertise the block than,
I feel like Toonami is a presentation thing. You don't that's the entire point of Toonami.
Right.
And then if you slack on the presentation, it's like, oh, okay.
At the exact same time, there's an issue with, they got to make a certain amount of money to let them keep doing it. And I guess,
I'm sure at some point they had to be like, okay, we can't be spending all this time on this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
These budgets never go up.
No,
yeah, always down.
Or they go up maybe at the very start when you've proven yourself, and then they go down from there.
Yeah, basically every single show.
Just every single company. Just everybody's looking to cut corners.
Yep. So let's cut a bunch of corners and not talk about any show but Sword Art.
Okay.
No. Good God.
The budget cuts for the podcast.
Yeah, we only have one. From now on the Toonami Escape podcast, we will be highlighting an episode a week.
I'm actually not a guest. I'm an auditor.
God damn it! I knew it.
He's from corporate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just had to come in. Just had to cut some costs, guys. This budget's getting too large.
Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super episode 105. A brave fight. Master Roshi stakes his life. In this episode, Master Roshi magically is able to not try to sexually assault people. which is great because we didn't.
Miracle.
We sure didn't need more of that.
Or died for this.
And he died. Yeah, he died also.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like Master Roshi fights 2 different women and somehow doesn't have a giant, just doesn't pitch a tent right in the middle of the Battle Royale arena.
It's a miracle.
Good job, Master Roshi.
It's a Christmas miracle.
And then he fights a Digimon.
That is Naruto, actually. I don't know what you're talking about. That is a shonen protagonist that has somehow found his way into this show.
But before that, he fought a Dragon Quest character.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, some of the designs are not the best. Yeah, Master Roshi went on a kill streak here.
Feels like we're going to get one of these for everyone who's not Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza. Like, here this character takes 3 people out before they bravely lose.
Yeah, although he didn't lose. He's still hanging around.
He just did actually die.
Yeah.
You know, my problem with this episode, though, is that he used the evil containment wave. But those characters aren't really evil.
I don't think
it would work on Frost.
Yeah, it would work on Frost. I don't think it's like actually had that rule. From what I remember, I think it was named because of Piccolo.
Yeah, like they developed it to beat Piccolo, and they're like, "This is the ultimate evil, so we'll use this technique to contain him."
I forgot what happened with so he did the evil containment wave, contained her, and then what happened? Did he throw the bottle outside?
He threw the bottle off the side.
Did she pop out of the bottle back into the stands?
I think if they didn't, I think they released the bottle or something because she was in the stands. She's not just trapped in a bottle until they get deleted.
Yeah, because that feels like it would be against the rules.
Well, the rules don't matter, as we learned in this episode, because if it's cool, the Omni Kings are like, it's okay.
It is allowed. It is very allowed.
Yep.
Zeno operating on the rule of cool logic is something I can absolutely buy for that character.
Yeah, like Zeno doesn't give a crap as long as it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the lesson here is they should all just totally start flying, but just make it really cool.
Yeah.
The other thing, Master Roshi used his little hypnotism thing, which is a deep cut as far as his moveset goes. Like, I think he used that once in his fight with Goku in Dragon Ball.
I didn't even know it existed until this episode.
It's kind of like Tien growing 2 extra arms. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Why can't I hear anything?
No.
B-dubs.
B-dubs?
Do.
He's gone deaf.
We can hear him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, now he's dead. Rest in peace.
Intermission.
We'll come back.
Literally,
The intermission would be way better if you didn't hum.
Well, that's the cue to actually put the Monty Python intermission music in there.
What about now? No.
Hello, can you hear us?
Hello.
Oh, jeez.
He's lost his hearing, man.
Did you mute everyone? Why am I talking to him?
You have to type it.
There it is. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, there it is. I don't know. Somehow the thing got changed on me.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Dragon Ball. Roshi actually kind of did more than Krillin. I think he took out the same amount of dudes and then didn't still in.
Yeah.
Like, no, Roshi took out one more dude than Krillin.
Yeah.
Did you find the scene where Goku thought he died emotional?
Yeah. I found that more emotional than I feel like I found most stuff that happens in this show.
Well, I mean, I was kind of like, meh, he died like 12 times already.
Hey, I'm sure death isn't fun.
Well, I mean, it's Dragon Ball. Nobody ever dies.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure the physical death is still like not fun. But yeah, I don't know. Also, I guess at this point they're kind of going off of stakes of the entire universe, so it's possible they might come back. I mean, they might not come back.
Yeah.
I feel like I probably would have loved it if I had seen Dragon Ball.
Oh, original Dragon Ball is kind of good, but also is aged poorly in some aspects, especially in like the first arc.
However, Dragon Ball Z does not contain much Goku and Roshi character bonding.
No, it's done in the past.
Yes. So now it's like, oh, the student and the teacher are having a moment after all this, and it's like, they've shared like 5 minutes together.
Yeah,
on screen.
Yeah,
that
Roshi's
I've seen.
Just kind of the pervert old man that lives in a house that has been surpassed by other trainers at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, want to talk about Boruto?
Sure.
Or like boring a toe.
Hey,
it is boring.
Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, episode 25, the turbulent field trip. Man, kids can't go on a field trip these days, huh?
Yeah, how dare they can't even go on a field trip to the Bloody Mist village without a bloody mist showing up.
Imagine that. They can't.
Who knew?
Kids can't go to the forest and train without getting attacked by dudes.
This is a lot quicker of a boat ride than the one we had in Shupiden.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a day cruise.
I
literally a
think
cruise.
we should have a 21 episode filler arc.
The Shippuden filler is literally like, okay, Naruto, you're going on the first attempt to circumnavigate the globe.
Yeah.
Yay.
I love the episode where they spend like a month in that canal or whatever the hell.
Oh, God.
They did do that, didn't they?
Yeah. And then another character in a later episode was just like, oh, gotta go meet Naruto, and just showed up. I think it was like Kakashi or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Or Shinkimaru.
No, it was Kakashi. He just does what he wants.
Yeah.
Mr. Bones' wild ride. It just never ends.
We're on the ride forever. Boruto is now class leader, I guess.
He's field trip boss.
Yeah.
And he was nominated because I forget.
Because he was tied up and nobody else wanted to get nominated. So they just volunteered.
Well, actually, we learned that the reason Sarada suggested it is because she thought if he was the leader, he couldn't go off and cause all sorts of mayhem. And
then she immediately sends him off on his own to go cause mayhem.
Well, yeah, but like that's right. But right after this really cute scene where she's like giggling to herself, and then like Boruto's like mocking her by imitating her, and it was actually pretty funny.
I like that scene. Yes.
Yeah.
Ninja Uno seems fun.
Yeah, I just saw that.
It is just Uno.
It just reminded me of that one fake manga page where it's like dramatic Uno.
Yeah.
Well, the big star of this episode was obviously Kirito, who's appeared, and he's here to basically slay the Kuinichis.
Guys, do you think Bryce Papenbrook might be typecast a little?
Yes, a bit. I did like that this show showed that Sarada and Jojo weren't really going all in on that. Like,
that's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Like, if this was Naruto, Sakura and Ino would totally be all about that.
What? Who's Sasuke?
Yeah. But I feel like here it's like Chocho's just like, oh, I don't know about all that, and Sarada's like not even like reacting to him.
Yeah, Sarada is the. I mean, I know it's still kind of early days or whatever, but like my impression so far is that this is like the first female character in this series that actually has character.
Yeah.
And like is somebody you can get behind as a character and not just a girl who's only interested in boys and or home life. It's like
Sarada has her own goals, and it's not just whatever the hell Sakura had.
I mean, Sakura's goals were all, I'm gonna marry Sasuke.
Yeah, and then I
Mission
don't know, man.
accomplished.
I guess I'll try to be Tsunade for a little bit.
But with that was just on the side. Well,
Yeah.
Sasuke wasn't around.
It just kind of happened because they had to get that, parallel between the old three
Yeah.
there somehow.
Yeah. They're like, fuck it, Sakura wants to be a medic ninja. Now,
Yep.
why not? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. This episode started an arc. I thought it was, as far as like setup goes, I think it was fine.
Yeah, I don't even really know where they're going here, other than to say that they're trying to show two things. One, they're showing the larger post-war world, and then two, I guess they're trying to show that even though the war is over, there's still like resentment and stuff hidden under the surface.
Like you have these Mist dudes who don't seem to be quite on the level,
And one dude who is definitely doesn't have the last name Hoshikage. Definitely not. He's
yeah. Also, I like Wabi's kind of not down for the Mist either.
I bet the twist is that he actually is like a refugee from the Mist or something.
Could be.
Probably.
I think he has an actual like direct connection there.
The other thing that really made me chuckle was at the very beginning of the episode when they're watching like the news and they're talking about like there's still like war tension in the Middle Seas. Not the Middle East, but the Middle Seas.
Yeah, and it's like, what are you guys gonna do about the Land of Waves? And it's like, man, the Land of Waves is still fucked up, huh?
Not great.
I will also say, Boruto's punishment being strung up, tied to the roof upside down, seems kind of
he's up there with Mineta.
Like I don't know if he I don't know if him just fucking around with Iruka warrants that punishment.
Maybe.
And yeah, the last thing I'll say is I do think it's kind of neat that we're seeing stuff outside the village, because Naruto's kind of bad at doing that, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Naruto should have been like going all over the place and that kind of thing. And it's like, no, instead of, going around the world and looking at a million things, we're going to have a 5-year war arc in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Are you saying that maybe Naruto needed some more arcs?
Yeah. I'm saying that war arc should have been broken up into like 2 or 3 different ones.
It also probably didn't need to be like half of the manga.
He also probably should have ran around with some dudes before the tuning exams and visited some other nations. I don't know.
Like just looking at it, the war arc is one of those things that's like it went on for like 5 years. It's a huge chunk of the manga and it moves like molasses.
It's literally half the show.
Can you believe that we're not halfway through Shippuden yet?
Yes.
That's insane.
Almost there, guys.
No, I mean, even in like the manga, it still went on for like a good 5 years.
Yeah.
I feel like
it was freaking huge.
When I was like just in high school, just starting to be like, I should read all these manga. And it's like first I did Naruto, and like when I started, it was just starting the war arc. And then in college, it was just ending. So it was like, man, they didn't go anywhere, huh?
Yep. It's a long fucking arc. But yeah, I don't know. As far as Boruto goes, I feel like I like this show quite a bit more than anything else that Perot's putting out.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I mean it's good.
It's
I still am enjoying Boruto. I'm not saying it's stellar, but I tune in every week and I'm curious to see what happens.
I'm here for Sarda.
It's not a fantastic show, by any means, but compared to Black Clover, this show actually has animation, which is really nice. Although Black Clover definitely had that last week.
Oh yeah. That's true. I mean, that was animation for sure.
Yes.
I don't know if it was the right animation for that, but I mean, hey, it was fine. I wouldn't have paid attention any otherwise.
Yeah, if it's between that and some boring ass stilted fight scene that we always get in the show, I will take that every single time.
Yeah.
Let's just give it the benefit of the doubt and say those were the only two options.
Yeah.
Regular Black Clover and just fucking go WebGen.
Yeah. So whatever, man. I'm glad they watched Mind Game last week.
My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia episode 44, Roaring Upheaval. In this episode, I'm real mad, you guys.
Wait, what's that reference?
I'm just very mad. I'm stomping around the forest, right?
Oh.
Wait, no. That's the bird character that's stomping around the forest.
I know.
You're on this podcast.
Dude.
I'm
the
kidding.
reference!
I'm sorry.
I mean,
but yeah.
Tokoyami is, like, if this episode taught me anything, it's that his power is pretty powerful.
Oh,
I mean, like,
yeah,
you can see
that's
how in the future he's going to be really strong.
Yeah, it's like between this and making it to the semifinals in that tournament, like that guy seems to be pretty comparable to some of the stronger people in the class.
Yeah, he just takes Moonfish, who was like given the tag team of Bakugo and Icy Hot a run for their money, and
yeah,
he's just like
one shot. Yeah, I like seeing Arm Dude. Also, I feel like that guy has a really cool character design, and I feel like he's almost never there.
He's secretly really cool.
Yeah.
His main move appears to be, because he's done this like 3 times now, where he carries people on his back.
He's the dude who carries people.
Yeah, but really liked this group of Midoriya, Tsukiyami. What the hell is Arm Dude's guy's name?
I can't remember his name.
All
I remember is his quirk is called Dupla Arms.
Yeah, so Dupla Arms, Bakugo, Todoroki, and that Class B corpse they're dragging around.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Like I don't know who the fuck that dude is, but he's there.
Oh god, I feel like he's the dude who can make solid air.
It could be.
Yes. They run into Sue and Ochako, who have just run into Deku's stalker.
Yes, Hifumi Toga. This is like Toga. This is like the most we've seen of her so far. So this is kind of the biggest character scene for this character so far, insofar as revealing like her motivations and her abilities, although it's really kind of still a mystery. Ochako tries to use some like QCQ or CQC on her, close combat shit, and does a pretty good job.
Yeah, I really like that.
Snake, do you know the basics of CQC?
It's interesting though, because like I never expected that to be where Ochako's like skill set would be, but she's like the brawler of the class in a way, and it's pretty cool. But anyway, so Hifumi Toga is basically going around trying to steal people's blood, and so she has like these needles on her, and she ends up sticking Ochako and then sucking some of her blood out before running away. Yeah, she goes, and then she's apparently got like super crushes on everybody. She's got a super crush on Ochako. She's got a super crush on Deku.
She's got a super duper crush on Stain.
And Stain, yeah.
Well, he's dead, so.
But it's interesting that the blood isn't like super not even lethal. Like, I wonder what she needs that blood for.
Well, I kind of get the impression she's been charged with collecting it for whoever they're working for. But I don't know. I mean, it's not clear, because I don't think she's really even done anything like with her quirk. If she must have a quirk, but
yeah,
we haven't seen it.
Her power so far appears to be can throw knives.
Yeah.
And be creepy.
I find Twice to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
As well as Dabby. I feel we had a scene of Laser Dude. I don't remember his name. Ayami?
Yeah.
Who knows? That dude just cowering behind some bushes.
Yeah.
Aoyama, yeah. That dude's just cowering behind some bushes right now.
Remember after USJ where he was like, "Want to know where I was? It's a secret."
Oh yeah, he was totally just cowering in like a building or some shit.
Oh, of course.
Which I I want to give him shit for, but as a kid, I feel like that's how a lot of people would react.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually not terrible insofar as like the show is concerned, because like this character really so far has had nothing character-wise about him other than he's been like a joke. And so for him to actually be cowardly and like be like insecure is actually something.
Yeah.
Like
I
they're
agree.
actually gonna do something
Right.
with him here, which is good.
Yeah.
Because you can only
it's
so
not
far
like
off
he's
of-
in a. Sorry.
Oh, you go ahead.
It's also it's not like he's in a position to save anyone right now. He's just seeing the villain walk by, so it's not like I don't think this makes him look that bad.
Yeah, it's like, what is he gonna do? Shoot one laser beam and then immediately get incinerated?
Yeah,
Yes.
like Dobby doesn't play.
Dobby will kill a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Also, there's a Nomu running around with just like 17 chainsaws.
That we welded a tracker on.
Spinner got to design that one.
Oh yeah. That
Spinner
was
has
the
such a ridiculous design.
No, that guy with the chainsaw is the forerunner to the Shonen Jump manga Chainsaw Man, in which the guy's hands are chainsaws and his head is a chainsaw.
Madhouse is doing an adaptation of that manga where it's like the one where the dude's head is a gun. And he literally says, "My head is a gun. Your argument is invalid."
Well, I mean, you know, they had that thing where the guy's motorcycle was a horse. I mean, his horse was a motorcycle or whatever.
Can you guys remember anything else about this episode?
We did this the fastball special.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
So yeah,
right.
this stage magician dude just came down and was like, "Yoink! I got your two buddies."
I like that dude just kind of monologuing. Also,
You caught me monologuing.
Yeah. Bakugo reaction face was kind of fun. Also, with them just talking about like what the plan is and having to protect Bakugo, and Bakugo just being really confused.
I do like how like surface level and basic these dudes are when they're like, "These kids should be villains." Look, Bakugo's angry. Tokiyami has a dark side.
Well, Tokiyami, it seems like they just kind of kidnapped because it was convenient to the Compass dude or whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah, they're probably thinking,
Yeah,
like,
and this guy's got like a quirk where he just turns people into marbles or something.
Yeah,
Hey, it's useful. Well, I mean, it's basically that one guy from Hunter x Hunter's power. You know, the guy with the bag, and he puts you in the bag and you shrink, and except instead of a bag, you get turned into a marble.
yeah. It's definitely convenient for kidnapping people, like in this exact situation. So
Yeah.
a good planning, League of Villains, I guess.
Isn't Twice's power a bit overpowered? Because like he just makes clones of people that can also use their powers.
Hey man, sometimes you have to have an overpowered person.
I don't know.
Well, speaking of overpowered protagonists, do you want to rip this fucking Band-Aid off?
God damn it.
We're talking about no, never mind. I can't think of another overpowered protagonist that isn't Kirito. Let's do it.
Asta.
I wouldn't say
was actually kind of useless this episode.
Yeah, I actually would say Kirito is probably definitely more overpowered than Asta. But all right, let's fucking do it.
Let's go, Tom.
Sword Art Online Alicization, episode 9 and 10, Nobleman's Responsibilities and the Taboo Index.
God damn fucking bullshit.
Here we go.
You know, I was going... I've seen a lot of comparison to these dudes to Black Clover characters, and I actually think that does a disservice to Black Clover characters.
It does. Like,
Black Clover,
okay.
I mean, it has Gauche, but they haven't tried to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think they're talking more about the fact of like the generic noble villain, like the nobleman villain.
Well, I mean, a lot of different, series do that kind of thing.
Yeah, but like I guess with like Black Clover, it's like yeah, they're dicks. They're definitely dicks, and that's about the extent of their character.
But they're not raping dicks.
These guys go a bit further than that.
These are raping dudes.
I mean, they came in last week, and we were like, this dude has resting rape face.
Yes, both of them did.
And then they apparently just lay around in their like smoky dorm
while drinking fucking wine.
Like it doubles as a hookah bar.
Yeah. This man's fucking tongue.
Way too long.
Yeah. Like, oh, man. All right.
Okay, like just to start off from the beginning of the episode, so we don't immediately jump into the thing.
Yeah.
They literally just introduced these two characters to get raped.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the whole point.
There is no point to these characters existing.
Yeah, like they're gone after this point. There was no character arc for them. They had no real personality. They basically existed to get raped.
Well, one of them does immediately want to fuck Yu-Gi-Oh, so.
Well, I mean, that's standard, you know.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be in a harem.
Yeah, instead of wanting to fuck Kirito, they want to fuck Yu-Gi-Oh. See, progress, character development. Wow, SAO is really great at subverting expectations.
Don't worry.
The hunter of our time.
Don't worry. I'm sure the other one wanted to fuck Kirito.
I'm going to be real careful here because I'm not trying to defend this, but for the sake of argument, I'll say that like the show doesn't help by having it be like a time skip. So obviously these two girls had been working under Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh for a while. But we as audience members only see them here because of this time skip. So.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I still think that's a knock on the show, though.
Well, actually, the sequence of events is you saw the fight from last episode where What's Her Face defeated What's His Face, and that's kind of like the graduation of the class, and then basically Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh go up into the senior class where they get to be like, we're the 5th and 6th seats now, and now we get pages.
Yeah.
So they've only
just like they were before.
Yeah.
Right. So of course, their pages are cute anime girls.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to, in case you guys want to get into the major events of the next episode, I'm just going to lay out my feelings about this. Like the overall problem I thought was put pretty succinctly in the on the website or on our thread, and that is that the author. Okay, so. What the author attempted to do here was to introduce these two characters, and then they're basically them being raped is supposed to, for us the viewers or the readers, to be like, first to make us hate these villains, and second to make us want to root for Yu-Gi-Oh to overcome this taboo index and and save them. That's the goal from the writer's perspective, is to say that's
the goal for the audience in terms of the story.
Right, exactly. But here's the problem.
The reason they're put in is simply to advance Yu-Gi-Oh's character.
Right, exactly. Well, so the problem is I
actually think it's less than that. I think the point of this, I don't know if we even needed to hate these villains. I think the point of this was move Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh from being citizens of this to getting in trouble with the Integrity Knights so they can meet Alice.
Well, yes. Obviously, that's the overarching plot. But I think in this scene...
They're a plot device.
Yeah, in this scene, these two girls are a plot device to move the story forward. But if you're thinking it from the writer's perspective, I think they're thinking, oh, okay, I really want to motivate the viewer to really hate these two guys and give Yu-Gi-Oh a justified means for attacking them and hurting them and potentially killing them. And here's the problem. The problem is I don't hate these two villains for this happening. I hate the author for putting these girls, these fictional characters, in this situation.
Yeah.
It's like you as a writer didn't have to go there. And what I was getting back to is, somebody in the thread said it really well, is it's like, it didn't have to be a rape. It could have been they could have even been female. It didn't matter. But 2 pages that worked under Yu-Gi-Oh and Kirito who just got bullied. Like they could have just got hit or punched or something, and that'd have been fine.
I think the sequence of events is kind of like this. The author sits down and says, I need to get them to the Integrity Knight Tower now. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to have them have to deal with something so horrendous that they have no choice but to break the index and immediately go there. And the way I'm going to do that is by kind of the same thing I've done several times, which is, oh no, save the girl from the horrifying sexual assault.
Yeah, it's when you do this, like this is a very obviously serious topic that you're tackling here, and this guy does not have the skills as a writer to tackle this. Like what he's doing here is he's not making the rape about the characters, and even if you do that, you need to handle this with tact. But instead, what he's doing is like the worst possible thing you can do, which is to make the rape about Yu-Gi-Oh! And how he feels about seeing this.
Right. Also, he doesn't even get to do anything.
He chops off someone's arm and gets his eye blown out, which he immediately gets back.
Yeah, but in the end, Kirito saves the day.
Yeah. Right. Where the fuck was he, by the way? That man leaped out a window and didn't show up. Like, was this dude just walking around the forest?
Pretty much. Yeah, but
where was he?
Part of the problem is also that the scene itself was very sort of explicit.
To
put it, because
like let the animators off the hook here, because they were like, oh yeah, finally.
Yeah, I mean they cut like at least a full minute.
So I watched the uncut scenes. And I don't know about a minute, but it is definitely
it's more than a minute.
Parts.
Yeah,
there's some not super great stuff in those scenes.
They cut a huge portion of it.
When I heard they cut like significant stuff, I was like, "What even was there to cut?"
Okay, it's so graphic. And props to Jason DeMarco and Gil for doing that. Good on them. Good on them for cutting out that unnecessary pandering crap.
I feel like they did their best to cut it sound so that you can still like the sequence of events is still logical. Like,
and if anyone's wondering, without going into too much detail, this guy put his head between that girl's crotch.
Yeah,
or between her legs. I mean, like, there's stuff like that.
There's some old-fashioned SAO tier looking. It's
the part where that dude just jumps on the bed like he's fucking Spider-Man.
Oh my god! I know. I'm just like, what reaction am I supposed to have from that?
And I think another problem I have with this too is, well, I mean, everyone should have this problem, is that like this series, like, okay, look, you can have rape in your story. I'm not saying you have to censor out that topic from all media or anything like that. I'm not saying that. Yeah. But the problem is that Sword Art Online is a fantasy adventure story. And I would even argue, for the most part, a pretty family-friendly one. This feels so inserted out of nowhere to me.
Yeah.
Even though I know this guy has done it before, but like in comparison to every other scene we've seen in this series, this is just over the top.
It goes also way further than it ever has.
This is way worse than previous sexual assault scenes, which I already had an issue with.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind there's one of these, and at least one of these in every season.
Yeah,
and this one somehow managed to be the absolute worst one.
And from what I understand, again, I'm not defending anyone here, but I'm just stating the facts. From what we understand, that there was a lot of slack. The original author got a lot of slack for this.
Yeah.
And has since apologized and come out and said that he will not use rape as a plot device again in the future.
Yeah, he had to apologize. Basically, they had to apologize to like the voice actress, the Japanese voice actresses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, we saw some tweets from the English VAs about this.
Oh yeah,
just by the way, yes, people did come in and say, "Here's what's going to happen. We're gonna here's voice acting hazard pay."
Right, exactly. Yeah. I think, and then they're doing their job. Like, I don't think like they should just be like, "No, I'm not going to do this." I mean, I think they're just doing their job. The problem is that no one stopped the No one, like, the story was written, right? It was a light novel.
The easiest way for this to have been solved was at the like animation studio level.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
we
Like-
don't actually need to do it this
Yeah,
way.
we don't have to adapt that part of it.
Yeah, like
Well,
they could have
or we
changed
can
it
adapt
to
it less.
or like they
It's-
could have. I mean, what they could have done is they could have been like, okay, instead of that, let's change it to an execution scene.
Yeah,
It would have gotten exactly the same kind of thing across, only without the, you know.
And it's not like this hasn't already cut stuff from the adaptation, because apparently there was supposed to be a tournament arc that they just opted to skip.
Yeah. It was the
But-
stuff where they were
yeah.
in the like Roman Colosseum thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, like, it's just like they made that scene as palatable as it could be for
And it
Toonami
was still
airing,
horrific.
and it's still just like, you just know, it's like the problem is even just the idea of like these two characters who, again, another real insult. These two girls have zero agency.
Yeah,
And
at least
at the end,
other two, and I don't mean to defend a sexual assault scene, but at least the other two had characters that were established.
yes, and then to add insult to injury, when it was over, they apologize. They're like, Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm sorry this happened. And it's like,
No,
I
it
think
was
they're
his
apologizing
fault.
because he got his eye hurt or whatever. But it's like, girl, no,
It was his fault.
Yeah.
it was his fault.
We haven't even talked about the part where they're like, so they get informed that these dudes are abusing their current page, and then they decide to go to them, and they're like, well, where did you get this information? Oh, we got it from our pages. You fucking morons.
Well, I think his wording was their roommates or her roommate, which is just
it was
as
enough.
bad. Yeah. That's still enough to figure out who they're talking about.
Still, I mean, you don't have to like come out and say it.
Yeah, I know that. No, that's completely on Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I'm not defending that.
A lot of people in the thread too were complaining about like where are the teachers, where are the adults? But I think and at first I was like, yeah, this is stupid. This whole world seems broken. But I think that's what the author's intending, is to be like, look, the way this world works, because of the taboo index, these nobles have pretty much, unchecked authority.
Yeah,
so
like,
that
what are they gonna do? These
yeah, exactly. They probably wouldn't do
I'm
anything.
a noble.
I mean, at the same time, I'm sure the teachers are sort of, higher ranked than these guys are.
But
if you know anything
how are they
about
going to boss anyone around?
Right, but if you know anything about like Japanese high school, like teachers really can't do much of anything as far as like punishment. They're kind of
see a fight, you walk away.
You have to, yeah. You can't get involved if you're a teacher, because you're at real risk of being like, get put out of a job. And so I kind of feel like there's some of that Japanese culture
like
here.
A bunch of ultra powerful superheroes.
Yeah, and then and these guys being like noble just makes it even worse. So, but anyway, unfortunately, the premise of the whole series is what allows these characters to be so blasé about what they're doing, and that's whatever.
Yeah,
I guess that's the point we're supposed to get here.
Yeah, again, I think the goal of this was to move them to get in trouble with the Integrity Knights and also establish this taboo index is fucked up. I think the issue with that is that you don't need to do that with rape. And also, this show has already established the taboo index is fucked up. That was the whole first episode.
We were already there. It was fun.
I feel like we've seen Alice get arrested and taken to supposedly her death for stepping over an arbitrary line. Like we don't need rape to hammer this point home.
Yeah, there's really, we're kind of beating a dead horse here, but it's like, that's it. Ultimately, in a nutshell, it's like they did a distasteful rape scene that was unnecessary. It could have been anything. It could have been somebody either getting, I would have, gosh, there's so many better ways to do it. Yeah, it's just somebody getting beaten up or beaten or abused in some other way.
Change it to they really act. Change it to they beat them really badly, and it's like, okay, that's
and you
super
can
bad.
still have the intensity of the scene just without any of the grossness if you go that route too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess the goal, the point that we have to take away from this episode is that we all just need to stay cool.
Oh God.
My first thought
I
was
forgot about that.
Kirito made it years in this world, with apparently never using that expression, and just decided this was when he was going to drop it.
How does that even happen?
Don't know. I forgot about that line. There's just so much
There was
more.
so
in this
much more
episode.
horrible crap.
So what happened to
He explained that expression badly.
what happened to Mustard in that scene? By the way, they're called Ketchup and Mustard. That's what I'm calling them.
Died.
Well, yeah,
Wait.
but he was like glitching out.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I
He
think
hit a
what had
logic
happened-
loop
Yeah,
because he was trying to save himself, but that was against the rules.
yeah.
So, you know.
So it like he needed to like I think they want to save themselves, but he couldn't save himself without breaking the rules, so he just imploded and got deleted. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh wait, and then Dr. Manhattan showed up for a second.
Oh yeah, Dr. Manhattan showed up.
I will continue to refer to the Integrity Knights as the Spanish Inquisition. Thank you very much.
That's how they work.
Well,
Alice
speaking
was
of which,
taken away and forced to endure the punishment of the comfy chair.
and then speaking of Integrity Knights, I guess who showed up?
Hey, it's
It's
definitely
Alice.
not Alice.
Definitely not Alice.
She has like some stupid name too. She's like, "Hello, my name is Alice Circuitry 37" or some weird shit like that.
Yeah, it's dumb as hell.
Hello, my name is Bob.
Hi, Bob.
All right.
Was there anything else of note from this episode? Hair.
Yu-Gi-Oh's eye was like, it bled, and then like some girl came and like gave him a new one.
There was also, because I watched this fucking scene 3 times, there was a balloon popping sound effect. Like it sounded like the air was deflating from his eye when it popped. Just great sound direction. The only joy I had in this scene was that.
I think too, we're supposed to be like, this is the second time we've seen the Yu-Gi-Oh has like an error message in his eyeball, which I'm assuming means this is going to be his unique Fluct-like ability, you know?
No, I think this was a matter of the like him breaking the rules.
Yeah, like I think it's something that every AI or whatever in this world has. Kirito doesn't because he's not native to the world.
Yeah,
but,
like he doesn't have to follow the rules. Like this moment was big for Yu-Gi-Oh because he broke the taboo.
Yeah, he broke the taboo index. Like,
by the way,
which makes him the second person to ever do that.
And I know I'm nitpicking here, but there's no reason Kirito should be allowed to break the taboo index because he is just another Fluct-Light in this world.
Yeah, but he was introduced later.
He's also Jesus.
Well, yeah, that's true.
He can do anything.
He's the gaming god.
Well, guess what? I'm the protagonist. Eat shit.
Also, and again, I'm not going out of my way to defend the show too much, but I will say, like, the scene at the end of the first episode of the girl, like, confessing, that she has feelings for Yu-Gi-Oh. I didn't mind that. Like, I mean, it felt awkward coming out of the fact that she was nervous about being raped, or that her friend was being raped. But like at the same time, like she was in a situation. She made it pretty clear that's like there's a real good chance she's going to be, basically
married,
set up with some real dick asshole. And it's like Yu-Gi-Oh's this really nice guy who's handsome, and it's like, yeah, okay, I don't blame her for being attracted to him. That's fine. But it's just made awkward by the fact that they just literally had 10 seconds earlier finished having a conversation about her roommate getting, abused.
Yeah.
You think we'll have any more in this season of that kind of stuff, or are we done with that now?
I
hope we're done.
I will say, I think part of why that, ooh, I love you, let's bone thing was in there was weirdly enough to give Yu-Gi-Oh the extra oomph he needed to break through the taboo index because the rape wasn't bad enough.
Yeah.
And I think and again, to be fair, it's not like she was just ready to bone him. She was just expressing her feelings. I felt that scene wasn't as bad. It's like I don't know. I think people were kind of like, oh, this is so stupid. But I'm like, no, I don't know. I guess that's not unreasonable. They probably have been working together a long time.
The 10th worst crime from
it's the least thing to get upset about this week.
But I actually haven't heard after this. I don't know really any more stupid things. Like maybe this is it. I can dare to dream, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I already know that like the villain of the season is just like, oh wait, I'm in a simulation, so I'm going to run around naked.
Right. So, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's dumb.
Are you being literal?
I'm literally. That's what happens.
Okay. All right.
Yep. He just runs around just like, hey, it doesn't matter. It's a simulation, and my hair is perfectly placed all the time.
Oh.
Like having a sword fight with Kirito, and somehow, man, this hair is very convenient.
Okay. This is. I'm almost intrigued. I don't quite understand.
I would like SAO to go back to ridiculous, stupid, and not please kill me.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of stupid, just to.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I like JoJo.
Speaking of good, ridiculous, stupid, it's JoJo.
How do you guys feel about cats?
I like cats.
Cats are good.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, episode 30. Cats love Yoshikage Kira for some reason.
They do.
In this episode, the Flurkson has made its way into his basement.
Cats being attracted to murderers isn't something that seems like it would be super off base.
I mean, there's a natural position for cats is on the lap of Dr. Evil, so...
Yeah, I can buy it.
This episode is Pet Cemetery.
Yeah,
it pretty much is. Except they come back as plants.
Yep.
The most adorable cat plant of all time. Look at it play with that ball.
Yeah, kitty plant. Although that cat will fucking murder you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody made a good point in the thread that like the most like intensely terrifying stand users are these animals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they always get these really strong stands, but luckily they're just too stupid to, use them in a way that would make them overpowered and dangerous. But they have just enough instinct to be able to, give you a hard time with it.
It's they're also like killing instinct.
Yeah, it's also the pure unpredictability of a non-developed mind that these animals
have. Like you can't be like, hey, how about don't shoot an air bubble at me? Like it can't grasp that. It's just kind of like either attack or don't attack.
Yeah. I will say you give this power to pretty much to Dio and he probably keeps winning. Like I don't think he loses.
Well, Dio could probably use any power very effectively.
Yeah, but I mean, this one specifically is, ridiculously versatile and powerful. It's like create a vacuum around the guy's head and watches he chokes to death.
Yeah.
Stop this bomb from exploding by cutting off the air.
So are we meant to believe that the guy stuck in the photograph shot this cat?
Yes.
Yeah, because it had a hole in its chin.
Oh yeah. Okay. But we were never privy to that information. It's just assumption.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, maybe it was the fucking military dude, or not the military dude, Okuyasu's brother. Like anyone could have shot this cat.
Yeah. Well, no, because like, okay, so Okuyasu's brother wasn't before Kira's dad. They weren't shooting, like letting the arrow choose its targets. They were just running around shooting people.
No, they shot that. But they were shooting all sorts of stuff. Like they shot that rat.
Yeah, well, that was just him being a dick.
Yeah, but I mean, he could have been being a dick and shot a cat.
Yes, but he also was they like truth serumed him, and he probably would have mentioned the cat.
Yeah.
How many arrows are there?
I don't know.
It's just the one, but you can reuse it.
Oh, you reuse it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess either way, someone shot this cat, and it is now a stand user.
Well, we know of 2 arrows. We know of the one that Okuyasu's
Dio.
brother, and then what's his face had. That's currently with the Speedwagon Foundation.
Yeah.
Right.
And now we have Kira's arrow. So that's 2.
So I don't even remember what happened at the end of this episode.
Hayato.
Who figured out Kira's secret?
Yes, because Kira is talking to himself. He caught him monologuing.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Keep happening this week.
This kid is kind of nuts.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. He is maybe a future JoJo villain. He is at least a future spy.
Yeah. I have a feeling they're going to have to fight him at some point.
I don't know, man. Who can say? Definitely not me. I've definitely never seen this entire part before. I couldn't say.
Is
No,
the
you
cat
couldn't.
is the cat the true villain of part 4?
B-Dubs is the kid, the true villain of part 4. He's not going to identify us with a response.
Or he lost listening to us again.
It's okay, B-Dubs.
B-Dubs, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, Black Clover?
God damn.
Hey, how do you guys feel about cats?
I like cats. Fine. Black Clover, episode 64, The Red Thread of Fate. In this episode, only a complete giant Deus Ex Machina power could possibly get our heroes out of this.
Oh, look who just showed up.
Yeah, here's the thread of fate. It feels like we remembered that. Oh yeah, this arc was initially kind of about Vanessa. Maybe we should do something with that.
Yeah.
What's the most ridiculously overpowered thing we could give her? Oh, just fucking fate.
A kitty.
There you go.
Fate fuckery magic.
Yep.
Plant kitty and thread kitty. Yeah, it is definitely OP.
It's very cute though.
And her backstory is that her evil, stupid mom kept her in a bird cage forever until Yami.
And then Yami just showed up one day.
Yami was just on a walk. Out
As
for
he
a walk.
does.
Yeah.
As he
Was
does.
like, hey, what up? And then she developed a drinking habit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Wait, so here's a question. Are we supposed to take, and then this is Black Clover, so this answer is probably yes, but are we supposed to take literally the fact that she was in that cage her whole life? Like, was she
Probably.
like going to the bathroom in that cage and like walking 5 feet for 16 years?
That's a good question. Where
Fiction rarely thinks through the entire consequences of being trapped in a small confined space forever.
It's they operate on Harry Potter logic, and wizards just shoot shit on the floor.
They just shit on the floor, and then it's like, whoop, never happened.
And then they disappear it.
J.K. Rowling, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I mean, you got to admit, like, you go through like the books and stuff, and wizards do some weird shit all the fucking time. So I'm like, that's not even like that out there.
In the very least,
I could believe it.
In the very least, she should have like, she should have like, I don't know what the word is, but like being like, wouldn't she be kind of insane being stuck in that cage all her life? I mean, well, there was that movie about the little kid who grew up in the room, so maybe not.
She does have a drinking problem.
Yeah, that's
she
true.
got out of the cage and immediately was like, I like alcohol and not wearing clothes.
Yeah. I think what I got was that she wasn't put into this cage until later. Like, I don't think she spent her entire life in that cage, just most of it.
Most of it.
Like, she probably didn't get stuck in there until she figured out she could use this magic.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
What, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna nothing. I was just gonna say I hate this Queen character. Like she's again, it's just a terrible like one-note villain. Like I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I don't like villains that don't have like that are so evil that it's like unbelievable. Like you can't be that evil.
Well, I mean, you can be that evil. You just got to be fun with it, and she's really not.
It's just so
I miss
genetically evil that it's just like, God, you're so annoying. Please die.
Right. It's like
I kind of miss announcer villain.
Like if you're gonna be that evil, you gotta like chew the fucking scenery and pull like a Dio or something.
Like her whole shtick is like, oh, I am perfect and you're imperfect.
She's not having fun being bad, and that's
the
problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's kind of the one plus I'll give this show. The last villain we have, and I do not think this was the source material, but whoever the fuck was voicing that guy was hamming it up.
He was having some fun with it.
Yeah. Like that in turn made him kind of fun.
Right.
Yeah, that voice was like nobody would do that if they weren't working on Black Clover.
Exactly.
Like I looked up who the hell that dude was, and this is his first any kind of major role. I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, he's basically doing like an Ed Wynn impersonation.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. He was fun. Now he's being crucified. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't have much to say about this. This was in Black Clover return to form.
Yep.
Very generic and dull, and that's apparently
it just recently aired its 100th episode.
God, just end.
Never.
No. Like, they have a hard enough time making the damn show. Put them out of their misery.
Do you think the Toonami guys knew they were going to get stuck with it for this long?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
But like, I feel like they saw the first episode or two and were like, "Oh well, it can only get better from here," because that's usually
the first
happens.
episode wasn't that bad. I mean, I mean, it was annoying, but it was like animated well. I mean, to be fair, I mean, they probably thought, hey, this is apparently a popular property in Japan. This will be a good get for us because it'll only get more popular.
Yeah, or it'll get better from here, because usually when something starts off, it's kind of, the people making it are kind of feeling their way around and figuring it out, and you see the first episode of something, and you're like, okay, that's good. But that's going to be the baseline usually.
I don't think Toonami would want any show to just be short. I think they want shows that are successes that they can continue to air.
Right.
I'm sure I'm sure Black Clover is still justifying its existence monetarily.
Somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine it cost them any money at this point.
Yeah. Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter episode 137, 12 Zodiac in discussion. Because it's a new arc, it's time to immediately be introduced to 12 dudes.
Also, new opening, which I have not watched this far in the show before, so I actually didn't expect that.
This is this is like the best version of the opening.
Yeah.
I like
also a new ending that's a remix of the previous ending.
Right.
Yeah, the ending didn't really do anything for me aside from the remix song, but the opening is really good and looks interesting. I love how the Hunter x Hunter openings kind of show you or hint at everything that's about to happen, and so it's just it's while it's mildly spoilery, it's fun to kind of like look at it and go
figure it out.
Yeah, it's let's see something's going to happen here. This looks interesting.
I can tell you're going to get some more Hisoka action.
Oh yeah, he's back. Ooh, the cameos in this episode.
Oh, everyone. Bisky was there.
Oh,
yes.
The fucking ninja character.
Those dudes from Greed Island.
Yeah.
The dude, that guy that can make monkeys. They had the wandering haiku poet.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
I still can't believe he made it out of York New alive.
There is a random background character in that little squad that Kurapika was in, besides him and Melody, that's somehow made it through that arc, and he was cameoed in this also. I don't think that man has had a line, but he's always there.
I mean, all the hunters are basically coming back at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's 12 dudes who are super duper strong. So strong they had to occasionally like spar with Netero, which is like, if you're not strong, that means you die.
Yeah. Like, you're going to get wrecked.
And the show immediately goes out of its way to be like, no, he didn't find 12 dudes who look like Zodiac animals.
They altered their body unless they're Ging or what?
Ging and Pariston don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair,
they don't give a shit.
I think this is really cool, and a lesson I kind of wish Oda would learn, where there just happens to be devil fruit users who have the names and appearances of their devil fruits before they ate their devil fruits. At least here they've actually made a canonical reason for why this guy looks like a horse and this girl looks like a bunny. It's like, oh, I get it. They did this deliberately.
They were like, this is our life now.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is me. I'm personally pulling for the cowman to win the election. But that's just me.
By the way,
he has a really cool power.
The cow guy has the voice of Kira.
Oh.
Yeah. Awesome.
No, we actually don't get to see what everyone's powers are in this arc. The cow guy, his is really cool.
I'm going to hazard a guess and say several of them we will never see their power.
Yeah, my favorite. But first of all, I just want to say,
if you read ahead, you will.
I really like all of these characters and their designs, and I especially like the dog girl. Like, she's pretty
adorable.
She is adorable and sweet, and I like her a lot. And
Pariston has the most punchable face of all time.
Yes, this guy is an asshole.
He is just an internet troll. Like, that is his life.
I think they did a really good job at establishing Ging being actually really smart here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I found this really compelling. Like, this was really dialogue heavy, but I liked all of it.
That's a great way to put it. I was trying to say too that, like, I mean, I've been saying for a while now, I'm so ready. I was so ready for the Chimera arc to end, and I think now in retrospect I know why, and that's because the Chimera Ant arc was, while super dramatic and entertaining, was also like a huge downer, and this just feels so much more fun and energetic and interesting and colorful.
Yeah, it's a much sort of more upbeat arc almost, despite the fact that Golem dying is in the background.
Oh yeah,
but it's in the background.
Yeah,
I mean, it's Kilo's arc in this arc.
But like this scene, this scene we've had with this group of the Zodiacs is just lighthearted and fun, and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad that guy's named Mr. Bean.
That guy's fantastic.
I need to wonder, or I have to wonder if he modified his appearance also.
No, he just always was that.
He was born a bean.
He was
probably.
Good old Lupin Bean.
Yeah, he is Lupin, isn't he?
Yeah.
I love Ging's plan. He just rigged the entire thing from.
Oh yeah, again that was good stuff.
He and Bean were on it from the start.
Yeah, I like that whole concept of him, because I remember we got to that part of the episode where he put in the whole oversight of the election voting thing.
Yeah,
and they're just Pariston or whatever is oh, I don't know about all that, and he's like, okay.
And that was the goal all along.
Yeah, and then it shows oh, he did that on purpose. And I'm like, okay, that's good stuff.
And the icing on the cake to that, to me, was that the thing he cared about most was being able to see who voted for who. And when he didn't get that, he got real upset, and he's like, "Dang it, that's not fun."
Yeah,
he just wants to have fun.
It's specifically just because oh, that'd be kind of neat. Let's see who voted for who.
Yeah, he just wants to have a laugh.
Yeah,
and this arc is basically these 12 people trying to outsmart each other, while Ging just, he wants to fuck around.
Yeah, he's outsmarting him, but also fucking around.
Yeah, and Pariston wants to fuck around, but for a completely different reason.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they all blatantly despise Pariston, but they might secretly hate Ging more.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to decide who they hate more.
Yeah, they're just
Because-
like, wow, fuck both these dudes.
Yeah,
Like,
because it's like,
Ging at least is a guy who might go off on his own for 17 years and fuck off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
the show
like,
also. Oh, go ahead.
plus, like, Ging is just sort of looking to have fun. He's not blatantly evil like Pariston is.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's like, it's one of those things that's, so which one do we hate more? The guy that does evil because, hey, it might be a laugh, or the guy that's just, yeah, I'm the evil guy.
There's also one of the Zodiacs is Bakugo.
Oh, which one?
Yeah.
Tiger.
Oh, the tiger guy, yeah. Is
I mean,
he
in
voiced?
both voice and appearance,
Okay, yeah, that's good.
and behavior.
Yeah.
Bean is basically just Principal Nezu anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Naruto.
Naruto.
Wait. No, this is, guess what the dog lady's name is.
Dog.
Cheadle.
Cheadle, guess what the last name is.
Cheadle. I
Yorkshire.
don't know.
Yorkshire.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yorkshire. That's
Cheadle
a
Yorkshire. That is
good name.
absolutely a best name contender.
Yep, Cheadle Yorkshire.
God, that is so good.
Well, did she modify herself to look like a dog?
yes.
Yeah,
But her
didn't
name was
they-
already Yorkshire.
Oh, her name was already Yorkshire? I thought they mentioned
I
they might have
think
changed
so.
their names also. But I could have
Well,
been
they
wrong on
had
that.
to have changed their name because, like, the bunny girl, her name is like the Japanese word for like hop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I bet they changed their names.
Where's the monkey is called Sayu. The sheep is Ginta.
Yeah, none of them are as good as Cheadle Yorkshire.
Yeah. There's Clock is the chicken.
Cluck. Yeah, there you go.
I swear to
They
God.
pronounced it in this episode, and it's actually Kluk.
Kluk. There's Pyong the rabbit. Mizai Stom Nana.
Look, you're not convincing me that any of these are worthy of Cheadle Yorkshire.
Yeah,
No,
Cheadle
but I am
Yorkshire.
going to tell you, do not look at the Hunter x Hunter wiki for the names because it will spoil you.
I'm good.
Just on the list of Zodiacs.
I know. I'm good. I know that spoiler.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you know both of them.
Yes.
Okay, that's enough.
All
Don't
right.
say any more. Okay.
Well, I mean, neither of them, sort of happen until the next arc, so.
Though that doesn't end the show. So
Right.
okay. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a very entertaining episode, and I'm all back in now on Hunter x Hunter. I wasn't out before. I was just sort of tired of that arc, and now this new arc looks fun and entertaining, and I'm looking forward to see. Oh, and yeah, there's something going on with like Killua having another brother.
Yeah.
It's,
That's like a mysterious hidden brother or something.
yes,
So
Kilo has a hidden sibling.
The one nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
No.
Yep, for a very good reason.
well, it's really confusing because we see Killua in the opening with like this girl.
Right.
And-
Kilua's sibling is kind of gender non-conforming almost. Because, like, apparently sometimes the character is referred to as a boy and sometimes a girl. So it's one of those things, it's,
Okay. All right. You're not spoiling something right now, are you?
No.
Naruto episode 244, Killer Bee and Matoi. In this episode, the Hidden Cloud is also very stupid. Hey guys, let's make small children basically nuclear weapons and then ruthlessly bully them.
That seems
We are
legitimate.
very smart and deserve to get blown up.
Yep. I found the part of this episode where Naruto mistakes the squid for Killer Bee to be kind of funny.
Hey, they both have tentacles, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's my positive on this episode.
You liked that? I mean, I'm not going to call you out on it, other than to say that that's like the third time they've made that joke.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure it has been, but it wasn't so much as Naruto mistaking it; it was Yamamoto's reaction to it.
Okay.
I
I
don't know.
I don't. Squid Girl today.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
I watched the first episode of Squid Girl today.
Oh.
That anime.
That's a charming show.
Yep, I agree.
It's too wholesome to come onto Toonami.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't like this part of Naruto canon. I find it kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said before, I don't really care about Killer Bee. I always think Killer Bee is like a stupid character. I think he's very popular and liked.
Actually,
Sorry, what'd you say?
I love his theme.
His theme.
Yeah, like when he shows up, you just start hearing like DJ scratches in the background.
Yeah.
He's good because he just, like, at the start of Sasuke going full Sasuke, he just jumps in and just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I did like the bit of character building they did for B to show his backstory and how he's always like upbeat and like forgiving, and like it's the first time I've cared about the character enough to be like, yeah, he's all right. But I think ultimately my problem with Killer Bee is I just cannot stand the fact that there's a rapping ninja, and for some reason I can't get over that. It's just so stupid to me.
Ironically, that's why most people like him.
I think I know I'm the outlier here. It's just so like.
Remember that time Sasuke got fucked up by a rapping ninja?
Yeah, I don't know. I find him kind of a breath of fresh air because I feel like a lot of the characters the show introduces around this time are really dull. And not to mention, I feel like some of the actual good characters we had have been kind of just reduced to the background.
Yeah.
I don't think I would mind B so much at his rapping if it just doesn't make sense that there would be rap in this world at all.
He invented the concept. I don't know. Maybe
did he invent like turntables and
who can tell?
And
well,
scratching?
The turntables are just background music. That's not actually in the show.
Well, but I think he makes the hand motion and like he does everything a modern day hip hop artist would do in this pseudo ancient ninja world.
Well,
and it's
mean, keep in mind they do have like radios and walkie-talkies and computers and crap.
Keep in mind this world makes no sense.
Yeah.
As far as like where technology's at.
Yeah.
Like in the short time skip between Naruto and Boruto, we apparently have televisions and trains now.
And laptops and
skyscrapers and
Killer Bee does sometimes feel like he just dropped out of a different show.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I'll say. That's the last negative I'll say about Killer Bee because I think I've harped on him too much over the episodes. I'm just laying it out there. That's my problem with him as a character. But I will say in this episode, like it's the first time where I felt like because he forgives that guy who had a vendetta against him, and he kind of does it in like a dumb way where he's like, I didn't even notice. But I don't know. He just seems kind of pure-hearted, and I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, he's a nice dude. Yeah.
So yeah, that's Toonami for this week. Thanks, Chug.
No problem. I gotta write an essay in 3 hours.
Yeah, go do that. Why were you here?
I don't know.
You know, good question. But yeah.
Thanks, C. Kohler.
Everybody watch The Promised Neverland debut this weekend.
We will do that, of course. Thanks, B-dubs.
Okay.
We'll see you guys next week for episode 146. Good night, everyone.